Hey, how you guys doing? I'm Lex. Yeah, so the KV-85, I've actually never showed this tank before. This is my first time. It's on the PC. I actually didn't have it for more than a day on the Xbox One. One of the reasons why is that you can use the 122 millimeter, and if you have ventilation and Gunrammer Brothers in Arms, you can get that reload down pretty far. I mean, I think I was only waiting like 11 or 12 seconds, which is still a long time, but on the PC, it's 17 seconds with that same setup. So you're talking, you know, you're gonna 3 rounds a minute is terrible. So the 100 millimeter is a much better choice. The DPM on it's actually better as well. It's 1900 or 1973 a minute. Round 7.89, which you can get it up to about 9 rounds if you have, you know, Gunrammer and ventilation. So 75 millimeter. And if you look, the plate's not angled the same. If you look at it, it's actually a different looking tank than it is on the Xbox. It's just basically an angled plate. It looks to me more like they were trying to do the T-34 in a heavy fashion. 60 on the sides, 60 millimeters, and then 60 on the back. And then the turret's 100, and then 90 and 90. It's almost identical marks. I mean, if you look at it, 75 millimeters is quite a bit. But the angle of the KV-85 on the front, it being 75 millimeter means tier 5s premiums are going to pin you, and tier 6s are definitely going to pin. So angling your armor, not wise. The hatch is a fake weak point. The funniest thing about it is that because the turret's only 100 millimeters, usually people don't know it, but you can actually pin the gun mandelet, the cheeks of the gun mandelet, especially on the PC, or use high explosives, and it'll mess this thing up. To tier 6. So yeah, with the 100 millimeter, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I made the mistake of getting the 122 on the PC first. So I had to get 18,000 more experience before I could get the 100 millimeter, and so somebody told me it too. They're like, don't get the 100 millimeter on the PC, the reload. You're just gonna shoot, and then you're gonna have to back up and wait. You know, so you want to make sure your shots count, right? Which means you got to get right up on them. So, you know, with the 100 millimeter, you don't have to really worry about that too much. So, yeah, speed of this is pretty good. 34. It's got good accuracy, the 100 millimeter. It's got .38, which is good. I mean, for a heavy, especially at tier 6, and then 2.70 on the aim time is really good on the PC. 41 ammo capacity. Field of view is poor. All Russian tanks have really bad field of view, and their radios are even worse. 340 and then 440 on the radio. See, that's pretty much it. You know, traverse speed is 28, which means it's below that 30 mark, so you can get circled really easy on the PC. And I don't know how, if you guys seen that shot, I don't even know how I pinned him, because I was actually going for the guy behind him and I ended up hitting the front plate of that guy, and I ended up doing damage to him, which is weird. I think he's in the Pre-Panther, one of my favorite tanks. I'm actually going to go back down that line, so I really want to get the E50M. I'm going to keep the E50M on the PC this time, and I'm going to, or sorry, the E50 and the E50M. I'm not going to keep the Panthers. I have the Panther 88, which is probably, I'm going to see right now, my favorite tank. On the PC, it really has the feel that I wish it had. I'm going to go ahead and say that it's just a shame that the original Panther, they only gave you the 75 millimeter on it. They really should have given you an 88. I mean, you should be getting 105 on the Panther 2. You know, I know that, you know, historically that's not accurate, but if you think about, you know, the fact that, you know, the Germans put an 88 on it eventually on the Panther 2, you know, it's a tier 8, you know, 88, which is good. You know, they give that to you on a heavy. This light tank, I'm going to say right now, was absolutely pissing me off. One is he shoots standard APCR rounds, which means he can pin me like butter, and he knows it. And so instead of attacking aggressively and going up over the hill, I'm trying to get this guy. So I probably could have done a lot more in this match, I'm just going to say, or I would have done a lot more in this match if he hadn't have been in that center. And just to show you guys the difference between the PC version, is if you look at how much damage he was doing to me, he was doing max damage. He was doing like 140 per shot with a light tank. Now I'm going to do a cheeky shot. This is a trick I use on the Xbox as well, where I drive up on the hill, and that way I can get this shot right here. To anticipate that was actually pretty funny. I mean, I did it just so I could get a higher angle. Even on flat ground, I should have been able to hit him, but to guarantee that I would actually get a lot of his upper, that, you know, so I kind of snatched that kill. So that lights tank still pissing me off. I'm actually so pissed that, you know, this guy was, you know, nailing me, and I couldn't even detect him. I actually thought it was the guys in front of me. Matter of fact, I thought I was experiencing lag because I hit a guy that I wasn't even aiming for. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to high explosives. Right when I hit this hill, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna load HE. I'm gonna track him, and I'm gonna ram him. Is what I'm gonna do. You know, or maybe even one shot him is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping to get his tail and shoot a high explosive in the weakest part of a light tank. But he detects me and runs for it. He could have killed me. I mean, if you look at my health, I don't have that much, and he goes right into getting killed, and then I miss the shot, which just sucks. Sucks I missed that shot. Yeah, but I mean, you can see top of the board with the KV-85 with 100mm. This thing performs like a medium. I'm just gonna say right now. I mean, to me, this tank reminds me of a medium. But getting 3 kills, you know, I mean, I only put the 100mm on here for like 3 games. And almost immediately, one, it put me into lower tiered lobbies with this 100mm. And then 2, I'm getting more kills and doing more damage than I did with the 122. I showed some footage of this a while back, you know, the 122 on this. It's just, you know, the reload on it just sucks. So if you want to be more competitive and be helpful to the team, this is definitely the way to go. But yeah, so this is my after game marks here. Yeah, I didn't go negative, got some silver. I do have a little bit of premium time. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Comment, like, and subscribe, and have a good one. Later.